What's going on, everybody? We're gonna get right into it because I ain't showing my face right now, but I can. It doesn't matter. I always do. But that's not what we're here talking about today, though. But we're talking about I'm giving you the video as promised. Toriyama's idea to end the Majin Buu arc with Goku and Vegeta. Goku with the Spirit Bomb, things like that. The reason, I'm okay with it. I had to look back on it. You know what I'm saying? I used to go back and say, "Hey, I wish it was Gohan." I'm glad it was Goku. When I actually go back and look at it, because when you think about it, Goku was more exciting than anybody else fighting Majin Buu. Everybody else, it was entertaining and all, but I'd have to say, this is me now. Nothing hyped me up more when I was back watching Dragon Ball as a teenager. Nothing hyped me up more than seeing Goku come back to life. Nothing hyped me up more. So, when I went back and watched, when I went back into my memory bank when I was in middle school, I think I was in eighth grade when seeing Goku come back to life, knowing he was gonna be back in action, nothing hyped me up more than that. Seeing Gohan come back, it was hype, but when you think about it, you go back, when you go back into your memory bank and really think about it. Which one was more hype? Gohan coming to Earth and fighting Boo, Gotenks, or Goku coming back to life? Everybody was hyped when Goku came back to life and was finna fight Boo, when finna go back in there. We saw Vegeta coming back. We knew that something was gonna come out of that, but when we saw Goku coming back, that was back then. That was peak. Of course, after you see Super and all that kind of stuff tied in, it kind of diminishes Goku's presence in Dragon Ball. But back then, when we was watching Z, everybody was hype about Goku coming, old Kai giving Goku his life back, sending him back down in the fight. Because we already saw previews of future episodes, Goku fusing with Vegeta to beat Vegeta fighting Majin Buu. It was on Toonami. Toonami commercials gave it away. And it showed Goku and Vegeta fighting Buu, all kind of stuff. So we was hype about it. And, when you think about it, it's only fitting that Goku and Vegeta defeated Buu. Vegeta's plan and Goku's technique. That's why I say Goku and Vegeta. The thing is, because Goku wanted to leave it to the next generation, right? He wanted to leave it to the next generation. He wanted to make sure the kids was able to save the day. But here's the thing. Here's the deal. If it wasn't for him and Vegeta fighting, Majin Buu wouldn't have been unleashed in the first place. That's the point I always bring up. He caused Majin Buu to be released. But then turn around and say it's up to the kids to do it because they have to defend the earth. I'm going to leave it to the children. That's the part that threw me off in the arc. That's the only thing that threw me off. Everything else, I can live with. But that, I want to give the kids a shot. But Goku, sir, if you hadn't been driven, wanting to spare Vegeta's pride and all that other crap, you just told him, Vegeta, look, I got Super Saiyan 3 in my back pocket. I'm a lot stronger than you, man. We don't need to do this. We need to stop Buu from unleashing. We could have a friendly spar match after, before I go home, before I go to Otherworld. But yeah, I'm a lot stronger than you, buddy. He did it in the Cell arc, So I'm way above you. So, if he'd have done that, sure, yeah, a lot of things wouldn't have. Goku would have been, Majin Buu's birth would have been prevented. Goku would have stayed dead, but it's a lot hyper. So the series relies on a lot of the characters to do stupid things, and I get that. And you know, actually, I'm okay with that part. I don't have a problem with Vegeta being stupid, being a moron, and turning Majin Vegeta and causing Majin Buu to hatch. I don't have a problem with that part. Um, and him trying to redeem himself and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with that. Because Majin Vegeta was badass. That's why I don't have a problem with it. But anyway, Goku coming back to life. That was more hype. The kids failed. Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. They couldn't do the job. So they had to send Goku and Vegeta in. Had to send the OGs back in to handle it. And I think that's a perfect it because they started they caused it. So it's only fitting that they clean it up. It's their fight that caused it, but it's their union, them working together. That's why I don't understand in Super why Whis tells Goku and Vegeta, why they had to relearn how to work together in Super. I didn't understand that. When they clearly worked together in Z at the end of the Buu arc, they already closed that arc. They shouldn't have to relearn things that they already learned in previous arcs. Just like what he learned with Whis, hold his key inside his body, Ultra Instinct, his body moving on its own. He learned that under Mr. Popo. Just saying. But it's a lot of stuff. It just backpedaled in Super. But anyway, let's get back on track. I think it's good that it ended with Goku doing the Spirit Bomb, Vegeta planning. That's I used to try to think of any other ending it could have had. I had to analyze it in my head, had to analyze it in my mind. But this is the best ending for me. It's the best outcome it could have came out with because I don't think I would have been happy. It would have been anticlimactic. Gohan become Ultimate and beat Majin Buu. I think it would have been anticlimactic. Seeing Goku come back to life and everything's desperate, and then also going into the Buu arc, the first time that even Goku was desperate. Now he was desperate against Frieza, but here's the thing. I'm not talking about this is what I'm talking about. When he showed up on the battlefield against Frieza, of course he was no match for Frieza. It took everyone's help for him to survive, but when he first showed up, he had that presence. We all thought Goku was gonna clean Frieza's clock. We all thought that, even though it didn't work out that way because Frieza was holding back a significant amount of his power. In the Saiyan arc, we all thought Goku was gonna come in and handle business because he did in Dragon Ball. He showed up in Dragon Ball and handled business, took care of business, beat people on his own accord. Saiyan arc, he showed up, took care of business. Of course, he struggled against Vegeta. He needed help with Vegeta, but that's the main villain. Vegeta was like, Goku was 8,000, and Vegeta was 18,000. He was almost twice his strength. What he thought was going to happen, And then he had the Ozaru transformation. Vegeta was 10 times stronger than Goku. What do you think's going to happen? But when he showed up, you thought, okay, he's going to kick some butt. He's going to save the day. We thought that when he showed up. In the Frieza arc, Ginyu arc, and Frieza arc, when he showed up, we thought, okay, he got it under control. He's going to do this. He's going to handle it. He lost to Ginyu because he didn't know about the body change. But once Goku got wise to it, he found a way to forward his plans when he tried to switch with Vegeta. Vegeta didn't know and we try to say, oh, Goku fell for the body change. No, here's the thing. Vegeta would have fell for it too. Goku had to save him. He had to throw a frog in Vegeta's way. He saved him one time by jumping in the way of it and getting his body back. Goku had to save him twice from the body change. So we can't sit here and act like Goku was a sucker when Vegeta didn't know about the body change. He said, okay, this is what mercy gets you. But Vegeta steaming in the battle head first, battle hungry, trying to kill Ginyu, that didn't help either. Because he almost fell for the body swap. If Goku hadn't been there, he had been unconscious, anything, he'd have fell victim to the body swap. He would have got his body taken. And we all know it. There's no sense in playing about it. Vegeta was finna fall for the same thing. Goku had to save him because he was the only one aware of it because he actually had his body stolen. Okay, let's go. But anyway, that's the point I wanted to make. Anyway, when he showed up against Frieza, everyone was happy. We all, even I was in the fourth, I think I was in the fifth grade. We all got excited. We thought Goku was gonna clean Frieza's clock. Of course, it didn't happen quite that way, until he turned Super Saiyan. But we all thought then in the Android arc, we all thought Goku was gonna make it happen. Got sick with the heart virus. Bam. But every time Goku showed up, the way he showed up, he had confidence. He was there. He wasn't desperate until things went left. That's when things got desperate. They had to step in because they're a team. But here's the thing. In the Buu arc, this was one of the only times, aside from when he woke up after the heart virus for the cell, but he knew what to do. When he woke up from his heart virus, he knew what to do. He said, I'm not going to fight them androids like that. We got to train. I know a place where we can train and get stronger and beat them. I'm a lot stronger now because I'm a Super Saiyan. I couldn't handle it back then because I was a kid and I wasn't ready. He knew that he had something in his back pocket. He wasn't worried. In the Buu arc, this is the first time in the Buu arc where you see Goku worry. See Goku desperate to fuse. When he showed up on Earth, he had to cut Buu in half to keep him from destroying the planet. And he was begging, Buu, just give us just a minute, because Buu was ready to fight right then when Gohan didn't catch the earring. He was desperately trying to plead with Gohan to get the earring and fuse. And he was desperately trying to fuse with people. This is the first time you've seen him like that. Even against Kid Buu. The first time you've seen him helpless. First time you've seen him just like, there's nothing he could do. Everyone's counting on him, but the world was counting on him, but there was nothing he could do. It took Vegeta to come up with a plan. It took everyone to play a role in it. King Kai, the people of Earth. It took Mr. Satan, Mr. Hercule. It took him to even help because no one wanted to give their energy until Hercule contributed. For the first time, Goku was desperate, begging and pleading. He begged and pleaded Kid Buu to not destroy the Earth. He begged and pleaded Buu to give him a minute to get Gohan a chance to find the earring. He didn't want to fight a Super Buu at all. He was, even when Vegeta showed up, he begged Vegeta, no, you're not going to beat him like that. Please, don't fight him like that. You're not going to win. And it's the first time you've seen him, when he showed up on the battlefield, where we didn't have hope in Goku. Because he not even he knew what he was desperately trying to find someone to fuse with. And that's never, because before then it was just Goku fighting the main villain one-on-one. It was this first time, I can't say it's the first time the villain was way out of his league, because Cell was way out of his league. Frieza was too before he transformed. Vegeta was too before they came to help. Every villain he faced was completely out of his league. Vegeta was 10 times stronger than him with the Yozuru transformation. Frieza, he was 3 million. Frieza was 120 million. Frieza was like 3, 6, 9, 12. 40 times stronger than Goku. 40 times stronger than Goku. 40 times stronger than Goku. So, when you think about it, everyone was out, but he wasn't desperate during those arcs. He wasn't just like, when I'm talking when he showed up. When he showed up against Buu, he was like, we not winning unless we fuse him. Ain't no way we gonna win. I can't beat this dude. He said it with the android. He said, if I train in the time chamber, I can get him. That's the only way we're gonna get him. But before the time chamber, I can't. Nothing I can do. But in the Boo arc, he was like, only thing I could do is fuse. He calmed down when Kid Boo came, but we'll talk about that more in depth. Another thing, but he got more calm when Kid Boo showed up. Everyone kind of had faith that Goku was gonna somehow find a way to win against Kid Buu. But like I said, this whole Buu arc is the first time where Goku was desperate for help. He was in previous arcs, but this time is even more so. It showed. I mean, it showed in his expressions. It kind of, when he showed up on the battlefield, I'm talking about because when he showed up against Frieza, like I said, he was confident. When he showed up against the Saiyans, he was confident. When he showed up on the battlefield with Majin Buu, back then we showed up with Senzu beans and all that stuff. Okay, Goku was confident. Okay, I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna teach him a lesson. He didn't say that in the Buu arc. It was like, go on, catch this earring. We gotta fuse now. We gotta hurry up and join bodies. Vegeta, please, I need your help. I need you to fuse. Please help me. Yeah, he was not confident that he could beat Buu. Only time he had any remnants of confidence was when he fought Kid Buu. Every other stage of Buu, no. No, he didn't. No, because even when he fought Fat Buu, he was praying that Trunks made it back with found the radar in time because his power, his energy was draining. So that's all I'm saying. I'm happy that it ended like this because it really brought everything together, and how the gap kept widening between the villains and the Z fighters and everything. But this time was the first time that even Goku, there was nothing even he could do. He had to have somebody to tell him, okay, Goku, you need to do the Spirit Bomb. Kakarot. So that's why I liked it. For the first time, it wasn't just Goku time. Everybody else had a spotlight because there were people stronger than him fighting Buu. They couldn't win, but they sent him down there. We had hope in him because he was a smarter fighter than the kids, of course, because he's Goku. He's more experienced. He's a veteran. He's been doing this since he was a kid. So we knew Goku could think of something. We knew, if Goku came back, Buu was gonna die some kind of way. We didn't know how because even Goku didn't know how, but the faith was resting in fusion. It wasn't resting in Goku saving the day. It was resting in fusion. It was resting in some kind of miracle. That's the best way I can explain it. And it made things more dire. The stakes were really, really high. Unlike Dragon Ball Super. The stakes were extremely high. Because you didn't know how it was going to happen. Goku's the last hope because and then the people that were stronger than him are dead because Kid Buu blew up the planet. So you're trying to figure out, okay, how is he going to do this? So that, and at the same time, he's the one that started this mess, him and Vegeta. And you see Vegeta do a turnaround saying, look, yeah, we got it. He came back with a plan to beat Buu. And he wished the people back that he killed at the martial arts tournament stadium. He did a full 180 and wished the people back that he killed. He made the wish on the dragon. I wish, he made a certain wish. Goku, what about this and this? It wouldn't bring back the people that I brought back. That I killed at the tournament. So he was trying to undo the things he did too. And, he was trying to, he realized he couldn't beat Buu. He realized he couldn't beat him head to head. So it's like, we can't beat him in a fight. We got to outsmart him. Okay, so, and really, it gave everybody a chance to play a part. So, Goku And Vegeta started with Goku and Vegeta because they're the reason why Buu got unleashed in the first place. And it ended with Goku and Vegeta. They are the ones that defeated Buu. That's why I like it. It came full circle. They started it and they finished it. So that's exactly why I like it. I had to sit back and think about this for a long time, for a very long time, and I'm really happy it ended like that. They say, well, it should have ended in the Cell arc. No, I don't agree with that. Should have ended after the Frieza arc. No, it's too soon. He should have ended. Gohan should have beat Buu. No, because Gohan doesn't desire to be a hero. He wasn't. He didn't have the ability. He's not the main character. Goku is the main character. Even when he's not strong enough to beat the main villain, he's still the main character. And here's the thing. You look back in the history, you look back at everything, even in the movies, even though he has help, even though he has the spirit bomb and all this other stuff. Who else could do the spirit bomb? You know how long it took him to match? He had to go undergo training with King Kai. Not many people know how to do the spirit bomb. He's the only one that knows how to do it in the anime. Cell said he knew how to do it, but I'd never seen him do it, never seen him use it. So with Goku, he learned it from King. We know he learned it from King Kai. He learned the Kaioken and all that stuff from King Kai. Without all of that, without instant transmission, all of that stuff, how could he save the day? He said he always uses the spirit bomb. I understand that. I understand. It's boring. It's the same thing over and over. But when a villain's way, 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 way stronger than you, what do? Because he tries to fight him at first. He tries to beat him. He tries everything else first. Everything else in his arsenal, he tries it first. He tried Super Saiyan 3. He tried the Kamehameha. He tried all that kind of stuff. His martial arts techniques. His instant transmission. He tried everything. Nothing. He tried After Image. None of that crap worked. He blew Kid Buu through the planet. Blew a hole in the planet and blew him through it. Turned him into smoke. Turned him into dust as a Super Saiyan 2. None of that crap worked. He reformed. Kept regenerating. None of it worked. Turned back into Super Saiyan 3 again and went back at it. It still didn't kill him. So when the enemy is way, way stronger, when the enemy it's like Majin Buu, a reality warper, can destroy whole galaxies, can turn anything into candy or whatever he wants it to be, has instantaneous movement thanks to Kabuto Kai, can look at you one time and copy your techniques. How can you beat such a being? How can you beat him? What else can you do? Gohan didn't work. Gotenks didn't work. They tried everything else. Vegito didn't work because he couldn't fuse back together. Fusion didn't work. Failed. Everything else failed. What else can you do? Kid Buu was Majin Buu was just that strong. Nothing else could beat him. Now Cell lost to Kamehameha, but Gohan had help. Because Gohan was actually stronger than Cell. He just was doubting himself. With Frieza, he tried the spirit bomb. What else? Frieza had a power. Frieza was using less than half his power. And was dog walking Goku. What else could he do? What else could he do? Frieza was way stronger. We all seen in Dragon Ball where you got a higher power level. Yeah, you're not. When a villain has a higher power level, yeah, you're not gonna do too much against them. So same with Majin Buu. What else could he do? What else could he have done to beat Kid Buu? He has broken healing, broken regeneration, can turn anything into whatever he wanted. No one can beat this guy. Vegeta even admit you can't beat him. We gotta come up with something else. Of course, anybody in Super could beat them because they're way, way more powerful. But I'm talking about right now in the Boo. Talking about at during the Boo arc, when all they had was Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. No one could beat them. No one had the power to completely just obliterate Boo. The only thing he could do was Spirit Bomb. So that's why I'm glad it ended with them. They started it, they finished it. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I know I rambled on enough. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's been T-Dub with Dragon Ninja. I'm signing out.